Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Monday Motivation Sprints, our last sprint of February, which is crazy. Like,
That's so weird.
January felt like a year, February felt like a week.
Truer words have never been spoken.
But we are here. Zuko is here. Cameo right off the bat, being like, you want to vote for me. Regina is here. Hello. So we will be doing 3 30-minute sprints and chatting in between. You are free to do both writerly or non-writerly related things. This is just a time for us to be productive. You can.
Although I have to do editing. I have to do editor things, which I think would be a word that I would be editing if that were in a book. I have to do that plus eat food. But if I told Holly that she has permission to publicly shame me if I report anything other than I edited a book.
I froze for a second, so I'm back now. Okay.
I didn't even notice you freezing. So
okay. At first I was like, is it my end? No, I think it was my end because then I saw the circle of death swirling.
But you're good. You're good.
Yay. Becca's here. Hello. Janine, hi. Let us know what you're going to be working on.
Becca and Janine missed all the tech problems I had on Twitch, but poor Regina was there.
Oh, no. Oh, she's there for the good, bad, and the ugly.
She really is. The last time I had a co-host, I was testing out something. So I was asking people in chat to be like, oh, am I muted? And she kept being like, to me and the people like, oh, Zara's muted. And I'm like, no, that's on purpose. That like this is on purpose. But every other time I've ever been muted, it's normally been a mistake. So she was used to that. And this time I was just like, I don't know how to fix it. I'm so sorry, Regina. I hope it's not ruining your hearing aids. I don't get rid of the echo either.
Oh no. Yeah, you'd be like, I'm hearing a billion of you. Janine got some great news. That's exciting. Feedback from a new CP that pretty much negated the horrible feedback I got over the past few months. Yay! And now I'm thinking maybe I should possibly skip the developmental editor. Yay! I'm so glad that you got some great news. From my experiences, I feel like it'll still be good to have like an outside eye to look at your work because like that's their job, so they can maybe catch some things that your critique partner like doesn't find. But I think that it's like such good news that you got some great feedback because I think that you deserve it. So yay.
I wouldn't skip the developmental editor because even if they're covering similar things, it is a different set of eyes. Like Holly said, like I had budget might not allow for a developmental editor. There are low priced people. There are also, if you like offer to do an editing swap with a critique partner, like have editing basically. I think we both heard you say you're going to skip the developmental editor, and we're like, you should still have an editor in some capacity, if that makes sense. Like for me, when I was just starting out, my mom was my first book editor, and then she thought that my young adult romance was too spicy. So then I realized, okay, you can't be my editor for anything else. Because I don't need you saying like you need to tone this down and me being like, this is industry standard. This is actually fine. But yeah, so I think having an editor in some capacity is what we were both going off of. We weren't really thinking about the price tag, which I understand can be a barrier. So yeah.
But Regina's saying 5K. I have no idea.
So that is around the price for like certain editors who I know are good. But also there are people who will charge that much because I see other people charging that, and that doesn't mean that they're good. So whoever you go with, even if you're getting a line and copy editor, like ask for sample edits no matter what, because I had gone with an editor who was very cheap and then had done nothing, which is why I had to have my mom help me eventually.
Yeah. I'm gonna look at some friend I have who does editing and see if she does developmental. edits because I feel like she would be affordable. Let's see. Oh, she does do developmental. Okay. Because 5K, like, what would that be on? Like,
I'm guessing it's like on. I'm assuming your book, Janine, is like 80 to 100K.
Yeah. How many words is your book, Janine? But yeah, I think, let me say hi to Raf while you're here. Hello. While we're talking about the editing fun, Clara and the Sun.
No spoilers, because that is actually a book that's been on my TBR since my cousin told me about it when it first came out. Yes. And I actually considered using it for a comp or something based on what I heard about it, but I actually want to read that one. So
yeah,
5K for 100K.
100K. Okay.
Well, she said over 100K. So I don't.
Over 100. Okay.
A lot of people do it by word count, not just word ranges. So you might want to be more specific.
My friend, her website says 2022, but I know she's editing like my other friend's work, so I'm assuming she's still like in service, but her dev edits are 0.0005 a word, which if that's 100,000 words, that's $500. So I'm just gonna paste that in here for you. You can reach out to her. Renee Dugan, also a wonderful author.
Hold on, there's someone I follow.
Which, wow, $500. That's awesome. Below 20K, yeah, right. Oh no! Oh, I'm sorry, Janine. That's a bummer.
I have too many tabs open. I tried.
But so seeing that like Renee's cost is out there, I think there will be a lot of people that are affordable.
Yeah, hold on. There's someone who I follow who does have affordable pricing, but for some reason my brain.
Oh, Becca. That's awesome. Natalia Lee's rate is really affordable. Thank you for that. Yes. See, the community is rallying forward.
Okay, this is the one I was thinking of, and then I also follow this account.
Yeah, no, that's that's fair, Janine, with the I think getting the line and copy editors is also important, but I feel like when people leave a bad review, it's because of something developmentally, that I think that's at least in my opinion, because
okay, eljediting.com would be, if it were 100K, would be $850, like $850. And then Crossbones editing is, it's a 3-in-1 comprehensive edit. Okay, let's just look at only developmental. Yeah. No, Crossbones editing is more expensive. That would be $1,200. I mean, still much better than $5,000.
Mm-hmm. There's also, I'm thinking of Kaufman. He also has editing services. I'll drop those in here if you want to check him out. Because I know he is awesome. Oh, and there's discounts for like first-time clients, batch edits.
That's awesome.
YouTube channel members and referrals. Oh,
I just dropped in the links of the 2 that I follow.
Oh, that's so cool. He even has like his sample edit for different genres on his website. Like, oh, you can see how, like, what I do. That's cool. Good on you, Kaufman.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Why did I open Instagram? I just saw the news and I'm like, oh, that's no.
Maybe I don't want to go on Instagram.
You don't. You can ask me off camera or when we don't have to be super productive.
Okay.
For a few hours. This
sounds good.
Grab my brain of that.
Sounds good. I will also, yes, I will not go on Instagram. I'm glad I posted on Instagram already.
You might not have seen it, but I saw it and I was like, come on. It's not political. It's a health thing. But given you work in the health field, it's like
okay. It's still
in our country, health is political, but
right.
It's something else, but it's still like, oh, come on, really?
Yeah. I think if you have that really good critique partner, I think it's totally fine to just go right to the developmental editor. Since it's been a struggle to get beta readers that can give you consistent feedback in a timely manner. Yes, I say shuck them out. As you go along in your journey, you will find those beta readers that will be consistent. Hopefully this critique partner you found will be a staple, friend and manuscript swapper. So that's my 2 cents. Let me share I was going to say forest room code, the kitty race timer.
I can make a forest room code if you want me to, but I don't want to, infringe on your stream, but I'm happy to make one if you want.
Yes.
You say the word, Holly. It's your stream. I'm happy to support with the room.
Right. Yeah, so I am speaking of critique partners, I got a little novella, 30 something K novella from my critique partner. So I was working on that, but I wrote 3.6K this weekend and finally hit the 50K mark in Diamond Sequel, which was super exciting. So I'm also wanting to get some words in as well. So that's my plan for tonight, as well as getting dinner.
Yeah, I ordered dinner. It has not yet arrived.
Nice.
It's supposed to arrive in 10 minutes, so hopefully we'll still be in the sprint.
Nice.
It does arrive late. I'm gonna vote for Zuko.
Yes.
I don't want to say his name so that he then sits on your lap and you're unable to work. Otherwise,
right. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. So,
I mean,
vote for which cat you think is going to win.
Matter.
Let's see. I'm wearing this gray cardigan, so I'm going to go with number 6. I knew Raph was here. I'm like, where's Raph? He's going to vote for 5 as well. All right, we will start this first sprint in 3, 2, 1. Happy productivity, everyone. All right. That was the end of the first sprint, and Bluey won. I almost voted for Bluey.
You gotta trust your instincts. I know whenever I second guess mine on this cat timer, it goes badly.
Yeah, and you had won last week when you left, and you were like, "Vote for one. I'll let you know if you won." And then
I know. I can't believe that worked. I actually was still awake by the time that sprint would have ended, because sometimes when you're not feeling well and you're like, I need to sleep, and then your body's like, but you're not feeling well so much that you can't comfortably fall asleep.
Yeah.
Well, I don't regret leaving the stream early. I would have been miserable.
No.
But
I'm glad that you got like that time to yourself at least, and to try, to see that, oh, you know what, this isn't gonna work.
I felt so bad though, because you had been sick for so long and you were finally back, and I'm like, you know what?
It's okay. I'm so bad. Chris has a cold for the 3rd time this year.
Aww.
And I'm just like, yeah, he went to the gym on Thursday, and all it gave him was a cold, and then we had a nail in our tire that thankfully our neighbor saw because it was a slow leak. So when I drove it on Friday, I didn't know. And I'm like, oh, I'm really glad you told me, because I'm going out of town to Indiana to visit my friends this weekend and driving a couple hours. So, anyways, I was like, this is what happens when we go out and do things like we get sick and nails in our tires. And I was like, at least it was a $14 patch and not like we have to replace this whole tire. But
yeah, that could have been much worse.
Yeah, because then I would have woke up on Saturday like ready to leave, and then I'm just like, what do I do? Because he doesn't have AAA on his car, and I do. But I guess I probably would have taken my car, but I don't like my car. So anyways, we don't speak about these things. But yeah, I just would have been like a deer in the headlights. So in this case, since no one won with 3, then Garfield.
Coming in hot.
Regina and Raph won. Woo woo.
Woo.
So for that sprint, I made and ate dinner. I just microwaved some stuff that I had. And then one of the dryer was done, so I put that load of laundry away, swapped it out. And then let's see, how much did I end up writing? Not too much, like 235 words, around there.
Not too bad.
Yeah. Oh, pretty good. How did you do? Did you get some food? Did your food come?
Yes, it did. And I gotten tacos and guacamole, and I get like a bigger size guacamole.
Oh.
I always eat that first, and then it filled me up enough that I only ate 2 of the 4 tacos. So I'm going to save the other 2 for when I get a little bit hungrier.
Nice.
Again. And then I did do some editing, but I did forget that there is one thing for work that I have to do tonight before. So, but this is like a deadline, and then the rest needs to be editing. So I almost finished that other thing.
Nice. Yeah, that's why I was like, when I got to my friends on Saturday, and they're like, because I'm like, oh, I need to work on my newsletter, but I'm not going to work on it this weekend because I'll work on my newsletter. But like, I need you guys like to help me with my writing and like getting in the zone for that. And I'm like, no, I am not working on my newsletter this weekend. This is a Monday thing. The boys are playing. If you hear and see random blurs. Becca, just found out my friend Marnie just made the next round in the TV pilot. Both of you, the TV pilot competition you're in, the top 100.
Woo!
Oh my gosh! Congrats! That's so exciting.
Congrats, Becca.
How many people are part of this competition? So like, and is there only one more round? Hopefully. But that's so fun. We were watching Heather and I like love the floor so much that we synced up our to watch it together on Hulu, you know, even though she's in Arizona. And I'm like, okay, they're doing this now. It says there's this much time left because our like commercials were different times. Like mine would be like 45 seconds and hers would be like a minute 15. So we're like trying to coordinate so that we could sync up and watch it together. But we're like, that would be really cool to be on the floor. 4,000 people entered. Wow. Woo woo. And then how many people are going to be on the show? Because that's incredible. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Heather and I, we auditioned for, oh, here we go. The next round is top 50, then top 10, then the winner. Whoa. Oh, so is it to be like on the TV show? Or is it, because I was like, oh, this is a competition or like it's a show, like a competition show. And so there'll be like 50 people or something. But Heather and I had auditioned for Squid Game, the challenge. And
wow.
Yeah, back in, because I visited her in February. So we like filmed our like auditions together and I just like completely forgot about it. But they called us in like September. And I had like an interview. We each had an interview with like a casting director and our like, I don't know, we talked for at least 15 minutes and he's like, yeah, this will be cut down to like a minute and we'll send it off to like the producers and then they'll pick people. So, but they're like, oh, if you don't hear from us by like mid-November, you didn't get picked. And we didn't hear back. So we were like, oh man. But they did say that they'll like keep our applications in case there's anything else that, you know, they think we would be a good fit for. Holy crap, that's amazing. Are you kidding me? Back on! Yes! For the win! I'm so excited for you. Keep us posted. When's the next round? I'm just like all hype now. Yay, yay. I am pulling up our next kitty race timer as we speak. Yeah, the filming for Squid Game, the challenge was supposed to start the end of January. So it's probably like still going on right now. And it was going to be like somewhere in like Britain or something like that. Cause it's like a UK show. So, you know, I just got my new job and I was like, Heather, but like, I just started this job. Like, I don't think I'm going to have enough PTO to be like gone for like a month. And she's like, just go, just schedule the interview. And I was like, okay. She's like, we'll figure it out. I'm like, okay. She's like, even if we're like on for a week and then purposefully get out because we don't have any PTO left. I was like, I'm following your lead. Really soon. March 3rd. Yes. Oh, I love it. I love it so much. All right. We have our next set. Oh, let me make it a little bigger. Our second round of the kitty race timer. We have 10 cats now. Please choose the color or number cat you think is going to win this race. I love this. I love that emoji. Hi, Lindsay. Hello. Yes, and I said hi to Morgan in the comments, but I forgot to officially say hi on screen. Well, sticking with the gray one was the first one that popped in my head. So I guess I'm sticking with 4 for the gray one. And then also I watched the newest season of Resident Alien, and there's like another alien race called the Greys. So when I said the Grey, I immediately thought of Resident Aliens, which is a really fun show, really quirky. And when I started watching it, I was like, I don't really know. Is this like my thing? And then I was just like, oh, this is
it your thing?
Yeah, I was just like, it's not like the typical show that I'm into, but then it sucked me in. Oh, hello, Zuko. Yes, people are voting for you. Will you come out on top? Yeah, good job, buddy.
So cute.
Which one are you voting for?
I'm gonna go with number 8. I'm gonna go with number 8 because it's purple, and that was my first instinct. And I did just tell you about how not that instinct isn't good, but it's right next to Zuko. So if Zuko wins in this one, I'm gonna be like, oh, come on.
We will see. All right, you guys, we're gonna start the second sprint in 3, 2, 1. Happy productivity, everyone. All right, that was the end of the second sprint. I mean, you're doing nothing but chat. I was thinking about that. I'm like, we're gonna pick up where we left off about our pets' weights and everything.
I finished the non-editing thing and my food.
Yay!
But I'm not the one who needs to be kept at a certain weight. If Riley were with me, I probably would have skipped eating and been like, okay, I'll do that later.
Exactly. Yeah, I got up to get some chapstick, and of course then Zuko was like, you got up, but mommy, why are you still at the desk? So he's back over here now. Zuko and Purple didn't win. Number 6. Did anyone vote for number 6?
I saw Regina voted for 9, I think.
You had 1.
Oh
my gosh. Well, I guess actually 9. Yeah, 9 won. is the next in line.
All hail King Zuko. I should have voted for you. I said if he wins and I picked Purple instead, I'm gonna say come on, so come on.
So let me see how many words I got that time. Woohoo! Officially hit 52K.
Woo!
And that was 353 words.
Awesome.
Yay! I'll update that other one. 200.
Do I remember how long your book ended up being?
I think it was around 80.
I was gonna say, I think it was around 80. I was like,
yeah,
I don't think it was more than 90 something, but
yeah, the sequel's coming out to be a lot longer, and cannot believe this, but Diamond's first draft was like 52K.
Yeah.
So, like, I would be done right now, which I'm very glad I'm not, because doing the developmental edits for Diamond was such a struggle. So hopefully that there's like more beef to this. It'll actually like go smoothly.
You've also grown as a writer. So.
Yes. Yeah, and that. So hopefully that helps. But I'm like, oh my gosh. And I keep saying, like, I'm almost to the halfway point. I'm almost to the halfway point. I hit 50K. I'm still not at the midpoint. I'm like, is this going to be 100,000 word novel, or is the second half going to go a lot faster than the first half? I don't know. We'll find out.
But also, like, to when people are writing a story and they're going by word count, right? They're reporting, oh, I've hit this word count and I'm halfway through the book. I'm like, how do you know? Like, how do you know? Because that's never worked for me. And even when I say chapter numbers, like sometimes I'll have outlined a certain number. I outline by chapter, and that's fine and it works for me. But sometimes I'll be writing it and I'll be like, oh, I thought this would just be one chapter, but it needs to be two for pacing reasons, or
Right.
the characters need more time to decompress after I put them through the ringer, et cetera, et cetera. And so even then saying like, oh, I'm at 50%, it might be like the next day, if I add another chapter, it might be like, okay, well now it's like 48%, but like close enough. But yeah, so with the word count, I'm never worried about that. If you're saying like, oh, I'm at 50K and I haven't, reached the midpoint. If you're like, I'm at 100K, I'd be like, okay, now we have to talk. Now we have to talk.
Yes, and I'm very close. Like in the scene, like every scene is getting closer and closer. So I'm like around that mark. It just feels like that's been like my goalpost for the longest time, and it's still not there. And in my head, I thought it would be around the 50K mark.
Yeah.
But I wonder if people who like outline really, meticulously, like also like have their chapters, so they like know. So that's why I'm on chapter 20. I'm halfway done, or something like that.
I think maybe people who like will write scenes in their outlines will have a better grasp on it from the outline stage, whereas I'll write what needs to happen.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm like, wow, this word count to make this happen, we've hit like 4,000 words and I don't like my chapters to be longer than that, then I find a way to be like, okay, do I cut this down? Do I add a whole on other chapter? And like, where do I divide that?
Right.
But that's just a me preference. Like, some people don't care if their chapters are longer than 4,000 words. I just do.
No, I think it's good because like you find out what is a good like length that isn't where like people are like, is this chapter over? Yeah. But then not so fast that
you blink and you miss it, like the month of February.
Exactly. Yes. Oh, speaking of laundry, I hear my laundry going.
Okay, I was like, did I miss something?
Sorry, I was like, that was a really bad segue. I'm very out of it. So, Lindsay I cleaned my bed of clean laundry and started packing for the weekend. Nice. Trying to get gumption to work some more. Ooh, what do you got planned for the weekend? That sounds fun.
Mm-hmm.
And just a little bit more. We've got 130-minute sprint to go, so at least go as long as that.
One more 30 sprint to go, not 130 minutes. And if anyone's new and is freaking out, we're not Kate Kavanaugh.
One more 30 minutes. How long are her sprints?
I mean, at this point, 30 is on the short end, and one time she did 90, and
wow,
and I think has done 100 twice.
Wow.
Or no, has done 100. I don't think we ever got the 100 on a Patreon only live stream, but we did get a 1 on a Patreon only live stream with the D100. This was a discussion like 2 weeks ago about like, oh, we've done the D100 and we've only gotten the 100 once, and I don't think we've ever gotten the 1. And then everyone who's a Patreon member of hers were like, we've definitely gotten the 1 before.
Oh, that's so funny.
But then also she'll like pull an oracle card, and it's either, depending on her rules for that deck, it might be multiplied by 2, which could get us up into the hundreds, or it's divided by 2, and then when she was doing a tarot deck, the suit determined whether or not it was doubled, multiplied, or divided. And all over the place. So she has funny
Wow.
rules, and I don't keep them straight on what it is. So she'll just be, oh, we pulled this, which is on page this, which means it's. I'm like, okay, cool.
Just
Like,
tell me how long it is.
yeah, I'm
Nice.
strapped in.
It's a creative retreat. Sounds amazing. Yeah, I just came back from like a little mini retreat. We were celebrating one of my author friends' 30th birthday. I posted pictures on my Instagram if you want to check it out, or TikTok also. But it was so fun.
Instagram
Therapeutic.
Of earlier.
Yes, I know. And now I was thinking about that during the first sprint. I was like, should I ask Zara what the thing was? And I'm like, no, I won't.
No.
Hi, Haley. Thanks for lurking. Whether you're here or lurking, we're happy you're here. I got 378 words and started painting my nails. Ooh.
What color?
They're light purple. I think I'm going to add a coat of sparkles, which are the colors of the bi flag. I love it. Ooh. I have my nails are chipping and dying here, so I need to take this coat off and then repaint them.
Well, you said that they're purple, which automatically my favorite color, and then you said the bi flag, and I'm like, yes,
I love that.
For people who don't know, I'm bi, among other things.
I want to see a picture of it. Like if you post it on your like Instagram or something. Give inspo. Janine, it's however long she wants it to be, or however long the dice and cards, I guess, want it to be.
Yes.
Raf said I'm working on my last edit for my sci-fi novella and finishing Claire and the Sun. I thought I had that on my to-read list and I didn't. I'm like, oh my gosh. So anyways, I added that on Goodreads. Next will be Piranesi.
My same cousin recommended that book to me as well. And that's also on my to-read list.
I haven't heard of that one.
This is the cousin actually who introduced me mainly to my love of reading. Is the one who told me about The Giver by Lois Lowry years ago, who told me about The Golden Compass in the US, even though it's published as Northern Lights in every other country. And it's the first book of His Dark Materials trilogy, so The Golden Compass was made into a movie that was not book pure and got people really mad, but I thought it actually did a good job of streamlining certain things. And then they made a TV show in which Lin-Manuel Miranda is cast, and I love him, but he is not the right person for this character that he plays.
No.
And the actress who plays the main character, at least in the first season, her acting was just shouting, and so I couldn't get through more than I think 4 of the 8 episodes.
Oh man.
I wound up finishing it just because I wanted to see how they were going to get to the end of the book, because it's 3 seasons long. And they were weaving in a lot more foreshadowing from the second and third book into the first season. But that was painful to me. A lot of people were happier with it because they were like, oh, it's more pure to the book. And I'm like, However, the foreshadowing didn't exist in the first book, and having my eardrums blown out every episode is not it.
Not a good time.
No.
Oh.
But they did other things really well. So there are pros and cons to both, but the book is really good in my opinion.
Okay, cool.
And then the dynamics switched. So this cousin who I'm describing is 8 years older than me, but then the dynamics switched when I told her about Hunger Games and a bunch of other things. So
cool. I love that, where you can get good recs and you can swap recs. You know, they're open to that too. What is Mickey 17? Do you know what that is?
Sounds like something with Disney, but I might be wrong.
Yeah, I'm so interested.
Nope, I'm so wrong. It is a movie. It's a science fiction comedy film.
Oh, I gotta look this up now.
Based on the 2022 novel Mickey 7.
Oh. Oh.
Robert
It's
Pattinson, Naomi
I was about to
Ackie,
say.
Stephen Yeun, Toni Collette, and others are in the movie.
Well, what's it feel like to die? Whoa.
Oh, Mark Ruffalo appears in a major role, but the character has not been detailed.
Known as an expendable, goes on a dangerous journey to colonize an ice planet. Wow, this sounds really good.
Toni Collette stars in the film. Her character is unspecified. All of these, it says characters has not been specified. The only one that was specified was Robert Pattinson, and then the actor Tim Key was apparently cast in a role specifically requested by the director.
Whoa.
Everyone else, it's like, is in this movie, but we're not going to tell you how.
What? Oh, Stephen Yeun's in it.
Yeah.
Ooh. Man, Ruff's always busting out the good recs.
I feel like Robert Pattinson has been in movies left, right, and center, like for the past year.
Yeah.
Am I wrong? I just feel like I keep hearing about stuff.
He's been in a lot of stuff. Yeah, and then I actually just saw something about Josh Hutchinson, who was PETA. Speaking of the Hunger Games, that is a segue.
That is a segue.
About how he's been in like more like smaller films and everything, and he's kind of like found his groove in that. And it's always interesting to see if people like, do they still act after this big thing, or do they go to like smaller films, or do they just stop acting altogether? It's like it really interesting.
It's so interesting with him because he was in like things that to me growing up were huge, but did not compare to the size of the Hunger Games.
Yes. Because what was it? I'm trying to think what was the big
Bridge to Terabithia or Race to Witch Mountain.
Bridge to Terabithia was the one that I remember.
The one where you cry your eyes out. It's
oh my gosh.
Yeah. Someone posted, I think it was a screenshot of something that was then posted to Threads, or it was somewhere. It was on one social media platform, but had obviously been screenshot from another social media platform. And it was like, my niece just picked up Bridge to Terabithia. Do I allow her to read it and traumatize herself, or do I warn her? And everyone in the comments was like, no, she has to learn the hard way.
Yep. You can't like warn someone with that, like, because that's part of the journey of it. Like,
Robert Pattinson did the English version of the Gray Heron in The Boy and the Heron.
Oh.
As an adult, I actually haven't seen dubbed Miyazaki stuff. Like when I was younger, I only watched the dub stuff, which Josh Hutcherson was in. He was the voice of Markle, the little boy in Howl's Moving Castle, and then Christian Bale voiced Hal, the wizard.
What? No way.
And I knew that when I was younger. I grew up watching it, so I knew Christian Bale as Hal before I knew him as Batman, before I knew him as Patrick Bates in American Psycho and stuff. And then during the pandemic, a lot of people were like obviously watching comfort films and things like that. And someone was like, oh my God, how did I never know Christian Bale? And all these people are like, oh my God, just another reason he's so hot. And I'm like, I don't really know what to tell you. Like, I've known this for years.
That's crazy.
But yeah, it's funny once, because I had the DVD of it, so I watched the behind the scenes of like them recording the English over the thing. And Miyazaki dubs are so specific because they will write the words to look like they're coming out of the mouth based on how they're animated.
Oh, that's so good.
And look like it's actually.
Because I've watched them and I like didn't even know that is what they had to do. I just thought like, oh yeah, it's for us.
Yeah. Well, when I was younger, I didn't realize they were being dubbed until I watched that.
God,
like behind
so cool. Hi, Kaufman. Thank you. Yes, writing's going well. It's the Kaufmeister. I was mentioning your editing services earlier, so we were name dropping you.
Yeah, your ears must have been burning.
I'm gonna watch the trailer. Yeah. Of Mickey 17. Bong Joon-ho. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to watch the trailer on my phone since I'll have my music. Oh yeah, I need to
Reset that.
reset it. Yes. We're going from the start.
I still have to see the Batman because that's one that I actually want to see, and I just never had time to do it. The one where he plays Batman, Robert Pattinson.
I haven't seen that one either.
Because a lot of people are like, "Oh my god, it's really good," and I'm like, "Shut up! Do not say the rest. I will see it when I can. Do not tell me anything more." That's it. I just need to know that it won't be a waste of time. In your opinion, I might still disagree, but like,
yeah, gosh, I don't even remember the last Batman I saw. Like which one I saw.
Princess Mononoke is great.
Yes.
I grew up loving Kiki's Delivery Service.
Mm-hmm.
I think a family friend was like, "Oh, Zara will love Spirited Away," and tried to show me when I was like 4 or 5, and I was still scared by anything that wasn't a human face. So like masks or like altered human faces, even like a human face with normal clown makeup for a circus, not like Joker where it looks like the mouth has been cut, or in The Mask starring Jim Carrey where the face like literally alters him, scared me. So I don't know why they thought me watching a movie where parents get turned into pigs and a bunch of other wacky stuff happens was appropriate. But my mom didn't know it was in there, so it's not like she knew this and then still showed it to me. She just we learned multiple times throughout me growing up that her friends who did not have kids themselves, when recommending stuff for me, was almost always a fail, although it took us like 3 times to learn that. And then we're like, you know what? No, if they don't have any young kids in their life other than Zara, we're not going to take their recommendation for Zara.
That's great. Oh, I didn't see Kiki's for the longest time because Princess Mononoke was the like DVD that we had, so that's the one I watched the most. But then we found Howl's Moving Castle, and then from there we like watched all the other ones.
I think I might be wrong. There was some. It might have been Hal, but it might have been another movie that I owned that for some reason it had the ad for Kiki in front of it.
Oh.
So I just kept seeing that over and over.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I need to watch it over again because I feel like I only saw Kiki's once. It's been forever since I've seen Spirited Away. I need to just do like, because didn't they have that in the theaters? They had like all the music, and I meant to, and something must have been going on when I was.
Yeah, no, I wasn't able to go either. There's so many movies though that they do like in concert, and I want to see them. Yeah. And the only one I actually was able to go to was Psycho, not American Psycho, like Hitchcock Psycho. And it was really cool. And I saw it with my college roommate. And then my mom was like, "I don't want you guys riding the subway at like 11 p.m. at night after watching that." Like she paid for a cab for us to go back to our dorm. But then what's really funny is that in that car, they were playing the radio, and it was, I don't remember who the artist is, but the song was Little Bit Psycho.
Oh yeah.
Like it was a female singer. Cute but Psycho.
I love Regina putting up the cat. She doesn't even know which color it is.
I know. Sweet but Psycho by Ava Max. That's what
Sweet but Psycho. Okay, yeah.
So that was like in the car, and we're sitting and talking about the movie, and all of a sudden I'm like, wait. It's like, and my roommate's like, what? And I'm like, this is a song about being psycho.
Oh yeah, common side effects. I forgot to.
Yeah, I think you mentioned that
before. I need to look at. I didn't write that down, so.
I think you mentioned it last week though, because it definitely.
I pulled it back up. But a man that finds a mushroom that can cure almost anything, and he's being hunted by Big Pharma. That sounds hilarious. Here for it. Um,
Okay, I'm
the
going
art
with
style's
gray.
really good too.
I'm
Ooh.
going with gray because that was my first instinct. I was almost like, oh, should I go with white again like I did last week when I won on this? But I'm going with gray because that was my first instinct.
Ooh. I'm gonna go with blue. And I'm just saying blue, so I have two choices.
Yeah, I think we've all learned that when it comes to this one, we just say color.
I'm gonna say a color. So vote for which cat you think is going to win this final race, color or number. There is 1 through 30. I know it's hard to see, but as they start running, you'll be able to confirm the color if you just
purple.
Like 16, actually, 16 might be orange.
I think 16 is
or like a brown.
Is like the orangey brown in front of the purple, but I might be wrong. Or it might be the purple.
Yeah, purple's popular.
I used to always vote purple, and then I got sick of like losing a lot.
Losing.
Now I switch it up, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't.
Sometimes, yeah.
I love purple. There's no hate to my favorite color.
Yes.
It was nice when Holly says, "Oh, you won, Zara," every so often.
Yes, yes. Same for me. I'm like, hey, I won. Oh my gosh. Even if it is by default. All right, so we are going to start this final sprint in 3, 2, 1. Happy productivity, everyone. Oops, I forgot the last little sprint timer, but that was the last sprint, and
you
Bluey!
won! Woo!
Bluey won! Yay!
Yay! Good for
And I'm glad because I was like,
you.
I said blue, and then I'm like, well, the first one is blue, and he's staring at me, so like maybe I'll go with the darker one. I'm like, nope, I'm going with blue.
Nope. Yep, just go.
Yay! I actually won. That's crazy.
I love that for you.
Thanks. Oh, and Zuko, and a lot of the gray ones were next. So
I almost picked a specific one, and I was like, nope, I'm gonna go with gray. And they're all there, but I'm happy you won. I'm happy.
Yay. I always believed in little Bluey. Nice. Yay. So let me see. How did you do for that sprint?
I have some building workers coming to my apartment to me, which is like early in the morning tomorrow. Mm-hmm. And so I was there. They have to clean the AC units.
Fun.
And in general, I like don't put stuff on there because my mom is like, don't do that in case something goes wrong. Yeah. But they also say you have to clear off the windowsills, and it's never in camera shot, but I have stuff like right next to me on my windowsill most of the time. So I move that, and then after we're done, I have to clean off. I don't have stuff on my windowsill or on my AC unit in my bedroom, but I have an exercise bike there, which has, everyone who's knows I work in a chair on which you put your clothes. My bike is that chair. So I need to move the bike away. I already put the clothes away earlier today, which is good, but
Nice, that's progress.
I hadn't wanted to move the bike because it's heavy. It is on a mat, so I can drag the mat and not worry about scratching up the floor or anything or hurting myself. But it's still like not light, so it just takes a little more effort than I wanted to expend before the live stream.
Yeah, that's like with the desk treadmill that like Chris uses, and I like it's not as bad like wheeling it from his office to like our bedroom where my like work desk is, but like dragging it like all the way downstairs if I want to like, I'm like, so I'll just like pace downstairs just back and forth. And Chris is like, do you want to use the treadmill? And I'm like, no, I'm fine. I'll just stay down here and pace.
Sometimes it's just not worth it, you know?
Yeah.
Like, no, I'll handle it. I'll deal with it.
I think, let me see. I wrote 901 words this whole stream.
That's awesome.
15. Yeah, I almost wrote 1K. What?
Congrats, Holly. I got none of the editing done I wanted / needed to get done, but I got other things done that needed to get done. So I can't be mad.
No, that's so good.
And if they weren't coming potentially at like 8:30 a.m. tomorrow, I'd be staying up later to do a bunch of editing. But because I'm going to be waking up early tomorrow, I think I'm just going to leave it till then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I'll go back to real life with work tomorrow and be like, Haley got 709 words that time and added the sparkles. Yes.
Sparkles.
I love it.
I love seeing nail polish with sparkles. My nails just really don't like it. Like it's always real hell to like remove it. Mm-hmm. Sparkle nail polish, so that's why I don't do it.
Yeah, I don't know if I've used any nail polish with sparkles in it in a while. I did have like the Color Street nail strips, and so those were really easy to take off with the sparkles because they were already kind of like embedded in it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, but I kind of fell off of using them because when I started at the hospital part-time from just being like, doing weekends and stuff, the hand sanitizer like destroyed them. But now
Right.
I'm only there, twice a month now. I can try to get back to doing those because I liked those. They were easy. It was like good self-care.
I was painting my nails pretty consistently for a while. And then with my Invisaliners, they're like so tight in the back, which they're supposed to be. It means that they're working.
Yeah.
But like getting them off is such a pain that not only was my nail polish chipping, my nails were breaking. My nails are no longer breaking, knock on wood, and I should really use this again if I wasn't right about to go to sleep and would have wet nails. Strengthen it again, but I can't do anything too nice. Because then I'd basically be painting my nails every day, and that's too frequently.
Yeah.
I would do once a week, but it would look bad within 2 days. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why mine, I think I painted them like a week ago, and I'm just like, okay, yeah, it's time.
Tis time.
Tis time, yes. Well, it was great to have everyone here for the final Monday motivation sprints of February.
We already talked about it being the final one of February, but when you said final just now, my brain was like, what?
I know when I was posting about it, I was like, this sounds like it's like the final one, or also like that it's the last day of February. And so I'm like, of my productivity sprint.
No. Yeah, no. It's sometimes your brain isn't paying attention. It like makes a wrong assumption. And you're like, no, you know what was coming. You just chill.
Yeah, that's what it's doing. But thanks everyone for joining. I hope this gave you a good start to the week and that you have a good rest of the week. I'll be posting the motivation sprints live streams ahead of time, hopefully this week or over the weekends. Yeah, thanks, Regina. I will see you guys next time. Bye.